You came here jobless. Your wife jobless that lifted you. Do you think that God is not worth more than all this? I say, be careful. That kind of heart. I say, let me give you a revelation today. The faster you obey, the greater the proof of what you have conquered. And early the next morning, very early, Abraham took Isaac. The longer you deliberate, the more of the flesh, the more that your brokenness is not complete. So I told him, if I tell you the story of that man now, if that man sees 5,000 now, he will worship you. That man, if you see 5,000 now, he will worship you. So how do you become rich? By sacrifice. So one of the things that God does to make you to become is that he starts testing you. You get money, God will say, give it away. Somebody gives you a shoe, God said, don't wear the shoe, give it to that brother. You are believing God for clothes. Then people give you a brand new clothes. And God said, no, don't wear it. Give it to that sister. It's tests to check whether you are ready to lay down. Those are the things that makes you. Hello? So let's move on. How many have I given you now? 3 out of 7. That's where I'm stopping. But how many of the facts have I given you? Number 1, there's a wealthy place. Number 2, there's a part that leads to the wealthy place. Number 3, wealth is created. Number 4, wealth creation takes time. Number 5. Okay, number 6, there are ingredients for wealth creation. So I will give you 7 and I will stop. There are ingredients for wealth creation. There are ingredients for wealth creation. Now, what do I mean by there are ingredients? So all these things I'm sharing now, they are in the book, How to Create Wealth as a Career Person. All the fact, everything is there. Ingredients for wealth creation. Now listen. When you go to a restaurant to have a nice meal, and you enjoy the meal, and you want to cook the same kind of food, and you say they should call the chef for you, and the chef comes, and you ask the chef, please, I would like to cook this meal. Can you give me a list of the ingredients? If the chef gives you a list of the ingredients he used in preparing that food, you still cannot prepare the food. Hello? Because the ingredients he is using and his ability to combine them to produce that food is not really about the ingredients. It's about the fact that he is a chef. He has become. So he can see what you don't see. Are you getting how these things are tying together? Now, if that chef really loves you, he can now go to the next level and say, okay, these are the ingredients, but this is the steps that you will go through. Put on the fire at this degree, put on the pot, put this oil, do this, and that's what we call cooking book or whatever cookery book. If you have that, you have a better chance, but you may still not succeed. Because there are a lot of people using cooking book now and they're still not working. The third dimension is that the chef can now tell you, come to my kitchen. Abi, I will show you how to prepare it. Then you now tell you, yeah, chop it like that, do it like that, and then it takes you through what is called a mentorship. And what happens? You have a better chance to get it than the others. That's why mentorship is very powerful. So I'm very strong on the need for people to have mentors in different areas of their lives. Because let me tell you something, I've been around for a while. I can tell you, I get story on relationship, finance, and leadership. When I tell you story, you will be shocked. You see, when you are in primary and secondary school, you have what? Teachers. But when you get to university, you don't have teachers, you have lecturers. When you graduate, you don't have teachers, you don't have lecturers, you have coaches and mentors. So many of us have graduated and no coach, no mentor. And that's why we are where we are. One of my sons, years ago, this guy is a multi now, doing amazing stuff, turning over billions in their company, doing amazingly well. But this guy used to work for me at a point, and I was paying him. Then later on, he became a realtor. He was earning commission. Then later on, he grew and he left and he started going to him and investments. Then he was my mentee. So I was coaching him. One day, the guy came to my office and gave me a check. When I opened the envelope and saw the check, I said, It's like, as what? You know, it's like, is heavy. Oh. Where do you see this kind of money? He say, no, it's just how you have labored over our life. It's just a little more of that will come. I said, no, where is it coming from? I want to know. It's not about where are you. So the guy said, his stocks that he has. Then he had 20 something, about almost 25 million naira in stocks. When I heard, I was shocked. I said, what? 20 something year old boy. These are people I picked up as teenagers, so they were practicing the thing every month, because I told them in 1998, my first finance seminar that I did for 5 days was in 1998, building transgenerational wealth. And I told every member of my church, from today, if you don't save, don't tithe. 1998, it's on tape, it's on cassette. I said, as you are bringing 10% tithe, you're also bringing 10% to save. So 10% to God, 10% to your future. 1998, now you know the pretty thing. So this guy, everybody, we all started with Ashaka Cement. 1998, our first shares. After that meeting, we started buying shares. Ashaka, we started buying different company. So when this guy told me he had 23 million, 20 something million, I said, you did not tell me that the curriculum I was using to train you is teacher's curriculum. It's time to go to lecturer level. I didn't know, because I thought you are still poor, you don't have money. So I said, you know what you're going to do now? That you can use stocks to gather money, but you can't use stocks to retain wealth, except you are an equity owner of the company. And so what you need to do now is, out of that 23 million, go and sell 20 million. That there is a property they are selling, a bungalow, is 4.9 million each.